Alright gamers, I'm finally doing my final guide to the BloodBringer build. Unfortunately this morning we ripped at level 96 in the hardcore SSF. We were at the time rank 1 warrior and number 11 on the ladder. I don't think that means too much. I know like a lot of the better players are not playing hardcore SF and all that kind of thing, but I do think it at least cements that the build was strong, extremely tanky. I died really because of my misplay and I didn't sleep very well, and yeah, I wasn't on my A game. But yeah, I'll show you some footage. The footage here and the boss, like we've improved gear and stuff since this point. And there's still room for the build to grow, especially in a trade environment if you wanted to do it that way. But yeah, this is an Abyss map, one of the newer ones. Like the new the new maps, obviously you can't pick and choose. So but I'm kind of running quite sketchy maps all the time on hardcore SF. You don't really have a choice. So, and this build kind of, like I said, from the start to finish, this breeze just cruise through the campaign, cruise through early maps. The gearing is quite simple. Definitely focus on essences, and it's very easy to get gear that's good. But yeah, I'll skip forward a little bit. But the mapping is very simple. It's mainly a Corrupting Cry build, and the Warbringer explosions carry your clear. That was always the plan for the clear for me. The single target changed because I wanted to do bleed shield charge, but it mainly became a shield wall build for single target because shield charge kind of got gutted a little too hard in my opinion, damage wise. Yeah, and like leveling, it was just a case because I knew Corrupting Cry, it's always been solid, it's always a starter that I used to go through my Atlas on hardcore SF, and it's done all that. We did a 6 mod Citadel, we've completely unlocked everything except Arbiter on the bosses, whole Atlas done. So it definitely performed better than what I thought it was going to too. It's really strong. Elemental damage, like the armor, working with against elemental damage, it's actually good. I think, but a lot of people didn't, I myself included, didn't believe in it before the game went live, but it's really strong, really good. Oh yeah, the quality is probably like gets a little bad, but that's not me recording or anything. It's just Abyss in this league. It can be a bit sketchy. And this is quite calm. I think I have another map where it was yeah, this was the old Abyss. They're not as sketchy on the affixes, but it's a tier 15. This is way earlier, look, as you can see, we only have 3.4 KHP here. Let's see if I can, so yeah, like the density in these maps was crazy, and this build, the more mobs that are stacked, the better the clear is, because the explosions just carry. I think there's a shrine. I think it's there, so I think the main bit starts here. It's a very, very simple playstyle, very easy to put together if you're a new player or struggling right now. Like, this build would be great for you. And it's extremely cheap gear-wise. It's very, very easy to gear. I did all this in Hardcore SSF. And then I just put a boss fight in, just so you can see. Again, this is a tier 15. Those other ones were irradiated. This one's just a plain 15. The hardest shield wall that I've hit is a 800k, I think it is. I messed this boss fight up quite badly too. And this was with 6 points in the boss tree. Now we're at 8, but yeah, and pretty much it. We're in game. And we'll go over the skill tree first. So a lot of people, look, I've been streaming, by the way. I get quite a lot of views and not many people are subscribing and stuff. It'd be a big help to me on YouTube, and if you come on Twitch, just hit the follow and the subscribe. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it really, really helps me a lot. So I'd appreciate that. Thank you guys. So yeah, leveling wise, basically, I just, because half a building is a bit dodgy at the minute, it doesn't really show everything, but I rushed down to here and took these 2 points and this. So now I'm just stacking strength the whole time. Came down here and took these 4 points. And then just started going strength, and I came down here. I didn't take this right away. And then I went all the way up here, got blood magic, and about that time I was at Act 3. I then went into this and started doing the weapon swap points, and I leveled with Corrupting Cry the whole time. Like, I didn't, like, I used shield wall eventually, like on bosses and stuff, but really the Corrupting Cry is what carried through the leveling. It's so easy, and all you need is strength. So obviously all the Warcry stuff is on weapon set 1. We take the break armor notes too, extra. And then all the attack damage based things are on weapon set 2. What else was there? Yeah, this here. This one. And then this big wheel up here. And then the main tree, you're basically just getting this right here and a couple of jewels. That got me to 52% block. I didn't go for the 75. It's just way too much investment. And 52 felt very, very good. Lay Siege gave us like 52% damage, some block too. So these block nodes too. It's like 10% there. And I didn't bother going up here. It's just too much traveling and not enough payoff in my opinion. And then yeah, we just physical damage on the normal tree. These are weapon set points, so we're taking physical damage. It's generic. Strength, my build has over 700 strength, so that ends up being like a decent chunk of damage for 1 point, because you would take the 3 12s anyway. These 4 nodes, I just wanted more of the armor applies to elemental damage. These are a really nice cluster. I think it gives you like 30%. And I have a couple of rolls on the gear, and then 5% life, because we're mainly using red supports. And then polymathy for the attributes. Same with Titanic. but it's and then we're more life, strength. We're just sticking like you can like my build, like you could easily get way over 4k HP. Like I don't have strength on all my pieces of gear. We obviously Hulk and Smash is very cheap and went, so we use that. In the ideal world, you might go for blood tearing. So we do still have bleed on shield charge, and it's not, but it's not great. I also ended up taking these points. I put 1 point here, but you could probably drop that and take the 4. Just because of the amount of curses that are rolling on maps now, it kind of felt, especially temp chains, like it really felt like that was kind of needed, and it made a big difference. So I think this is like 35% less, and temp chains goes to -19 instead of 30. So you can get even less by going that. And if I had, I don't have it here because I ripped, but there's a socketable that gives you 40% less effective curses. If I had a bit more chaos res, I would drop one of these and put that in and be nearly curse immune. These are the stats. We have 10k armor, but we are using scavenge plating, so it goes up to like 15k. We have the 52% block, 700 strength, 200 regen, which is quite nice. It's just a very well-rounded character. Getting chaos captain in this league is huge. So my big priority is chaos res. If we go over our skills, obviously in case of Jade, if I'd pressed this earlier, I probably would have lived. It's just extra duration and +1 level. It doesn't really matter too much. But shield charge. I do use this in single target, like sometimes. So like a lot of times I'm hitting shield wall and blowing it up with fortifying cry. And then when they're stunned, I will go max distance and then hit the shield charge. But like the main thing is just blowing up shield wall with your cries. I do use fortifying, and then the shield charge is extra damage. Like at max range. Is it this? At max range, if collision, it's like it's 11k bleed. So you would double it, I guess. So 20k bleed. It's shield charge with heavy swing, convect, deep cuts, heft, and bleed 3. Shield wall was the main damage. I use rapid attacks just because in mapping it makes it feel better. But you could use something else here and get more damage, because like if I take the damage doesn't change your rapid attacks, it just makes it feel better. But if you just want more damage, you could change this. There's a support gem, I can't remember what it's called. It's a Legion lineage support, so you could drop this one, but you could I think it gives you 30% more damage when your weapons on your weapon set skill 2, basically. You'll have a super slow shield wall, but you do more damage. It's up to you. But I like getting them down a bit faster because it allows us to move, especially mapping and in Abyss. Seismic Cry, Corrupting Cry 2, Brutality 3, Swift Affliction 3, Efficiency 2, and Uric Smelting, where it didn't really work out because I'm not really consuming. Like if you're consuming and you can, like there's something you could do with, you could put armor break on shield, or just put, was it exploit weakness on shield wall instead of rapid attacks, and keep consuming the break, and then you would make them take 20% more fizz damage, but it just the extra break while you're mapping, and it gets your scavenge plating up much faster. Time of need, goated. I probably should have put another socket on this and put Swift Affliction in it to make it proc even faster, but Compressed Duration 2, Vitality 1, Cannibalism 1. We don't have the Spirit for the higher levels of this. Armor Breaker, we stopped using it. Fortifying Cry. Obviously you got the Shield Wall, Shield Wave when you empower. It's pretty decent damage. So it's just Brutality, should be 3, Heavy Swing, Heft, and Physical Mastery. And then just Scavenge Plating with Prolonged Duration. Yeah. All you care about on your mace is strength and plus the melee skills. Nothing else really matters. I don't think the empowered attacks deal extra damage works for the shield attacks. I could be wrong, it's hard to tell, but I have it on there. So helmet, it's just res and life. With this build is really, because there's so much that you kind of need, the res situation can sometimes be a bit heavy, so I'm missing strength here. I'm sitting at 300, we're missing strength here, we're missing strength here, we're missing strength here. Yeah, so you could easily, you'll be over 800 strength. 100 strength is 200 HP, that puts you at 4k. But yeah, I did make this, which is basically my own mini Astramentus. Some of the stuff you can make now with the crafting is really, really cool, guys. Make sure you get spec'd into essences, and on the boss tree, make sure you put essences spawn on maps with bosses, because then you're guaranteed them. I mean, I can show you on my account, but I have a lot. Shield, just as much armor as you can to make shield will deal damage. This is solid shield. We don't need block chance. The attributes obviously suck. Could rather have another res or strength, probably strength. And the armor to Ellie is really nice. No life on this ring, but res and strength and chaos res. Chunky armor with just giga res and high armor. No life, again, no strength. So again, like, this is what I'm saying. You're like, if you have like better gear than me, you could easily push in 4.5k. Very nice ring. Res, strength. Res and strength and life. On these, even though the strength is good for Corrupting Cry, like, if you have enough damage with Corrupting Cry and you proc the explosions, that's kind of what carries you. So I would rather have plus melee skills on both of these. I did have some pieces, but I just couldn't fit them in with resistance. And resistance and stats and things like that. But yeah, if you can, it's better to get plus to melee skills on these. Strength, res, life, belt. Movement speed. Tiny bit of res, strength. Bit of life, and then obviously the armor applies to elemental damage. Yeah, this is all SSF gear. Like I say, if you're in trade, you could take this build much further and much higher and have much better single target, but it was really fun to play, very smooth, super durable. A bit sad I died, but it is what it is. On the charms, Ignite Charm is actually really, really good this league with Abyss, so if you can fit it in, try it. I also found that I was getting frozen a lot more, so I use this. Normally I use a Poison Charm, but I have Chaos. It wasn't really doing anything with my life regen. So yeah, and then Bleed. That's about it, guys, I think. I'll have the mobilytics with the PoE. Like I said, with PoE, I don't know if it's fully updated yet. Like some things are off. When I was looking yesterday, like I was missing HP and things like that. It was obviously not counting the 5% you get in the interludes and stuff. So it is a bit off. Yeah, really, really pleased with the build. If I fail with my next build, I'm currently leveling a Smith of Cadaver just to see what can be done with the elemental risk, because I feel like elemental damage is pretty insane now. Like some of the mobs, I don't know if they're bugged. The ones from the Val mobs that shoot the plasma cannons and stuff, they're hitting so hard. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully this helps some of you. Like I said, hit that subscribe, hit that follow for Twitch. I'll be streaming many days again this week with a new project. We're going to just keep pumping and see what we can come up with, depending on what gear we can get in Hardcore SSF. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully I remembered everything. And yeah, if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. But yeah, guys, thanks a lot and peace.